If you're cutting calories to lose fat, skimping on sleep can flip the math on you. In one study, people on the same calorie deficit lost the exact same total weight, whether they slept 5.5 hours a night or 8.5. But the short sleepers lost 60% more muscle and 55% less fat. Same number on the scale, completely different result underneath of it. Walking, lifting, fuel. Those are the three pillars I've built this whole channel around. Sleep is the fourth one, and I haven't touched it yet. Today that changes because the research says it might matter just as much as the other three. So here's the mechanism. Your body releases its biggest pulse of growth hormone during deep sleep. That hormone drives muscle repair and fat metabolism while you're out cold doing nothing. Skip the deep sleep, you'll blunt the whole process. It doesn't matter how good your workout was that day or how clean you ate. You're leaving the recovery on the table. And that hook stat isn't a one-off fluke. In a 2010 study, researchers put people on a matched calorie deficit for 2 weeks and then split them into two groups. One sleeping 5.5 hours a night and the other 8.5. Both groups lost the exact same amount of weight in the end. But the short sleep group lost 60% more muscle and 55% less fat than the group that slept more. Same scale number, completely different story underneath of it. If you're in a deficit right now, like I am, that's not a small detail. That's the difference between recomp actually working and just getting smaller. And here's the part that's interesting. It's not just more sleep is better. One study on older adults found people sleeping more than 8 hours actually had less muscle mass than people sleeping 6 to 7. So there's a real sweet spot somewhere between 7 and 9 hours. Not a more the better situation. And that matters because it means this isn't about maximizing. It's about hitting a real range and staying there. Same as everything else I talk about on this channel. Before I started this whole journey, I was realistically going to bed somewhere between 11 and midnight most nights. No real structure to it. Now, I'm almost always down before 11, and I'm aiming for 10, especially if the night before was short. That shift didn't happen because I decided to prioritize sleep out of nowhere. It happened because I started walking more and lifting more. And the research backs that up too. More activity during the day actually helps you wind down at night. I get up at 6 most mornings. I'm on the West Coast and I support people on the East Coast for work. So I'm up early whether I like it or not. Working backward from 6 a.m., that 10 o'clock is the number I'm chasing. Look, I'll be straight with you. I track my steps. I track my calories. I track my protein down to the gram most days. Sleep? Never tracked it. Not once. I've got a target and I aim for it, but I'm going in blind compared to everything else that I do pay attention to. What I have done on purpose is add magnesium with my dinner. I started that 4 or 5 months ago, specifically because I had read that it might help with winding down. The actual research on it is modest evidence, not some proven miracle fix, but it's cheap, it's low risk. And for me personally, there are nights I'm nodding off around 9 o'clock and I don't have anything else to point to that would explain it. So I attribute it to the magnesium, even if I can't quite prove it. Look, if you're cutting calories right now and skimping on sleep, sleep might quietly be working against everything else you're doing. I'm not planning to start tracking mine. This one's more about awareness for me. I know I've got to be up at 6. I know I should be down by 10. So it's just about actually practicing what I'm telling you to do. If this one helped, subscribe. It's free. And I genuinely love to see some comments start showing up down below.